Hello everyone. The premise of this video is the same as the first one. This is just a correction where I'll be looking at grammar, structure, collocation, string of thought. Okay? The topic is the same as the first one. The internet has transformed lives and economies, but it's turning the world into a global village. Soon everybody will think and behave in the same way. What I will do now is I'll read the first paragraph. I want you to think about what you read. I want you to think if it makes sense, and then I'll be suggesting I'll be making corrections. So in the first one, nowadays the internet service is so advanced and it proportionates communication and studies at high levels. Otherwise, it becomes totally manipulated by the algorithm, and it has relevance in our lives and also in the elections. So for me, there is a coherence problem in the first paragraph. It just doesn't make much sense, because I can see what the student is trying to do here. She's trying to say, look, the internet is very good on the one hand, but it has issues on the other, but she's mixing the good and bad things in different sentences, and this needs to be very clear. Look, this is the good thing, this is the bad thing. And there's also something else, this otherwise here, caso contrário in Portuguese, just doesn't really make sense. So I think I would go for something like this. Let me track changes. Sorry, I have my nose. What is it called? I have hay fever. It's not hay fever because it's autumn, but I don't know. It's just so itchy. Nowadays, the internet service, look, it has relevant. The internet is incredibly relevant in our lives. It provides, not proportionate. Proportionate is usually used to talk about size, so it doesn't match the context. So look, I'm stating my opinion and full stop. Nowadays, the internet is incredibly relevant in our lives. So I'm just getting this bit here, this chunk, okay, and adding here. It provides communication, different. What do you mean communicate? It provides different ways of communication and various ways of study at high levels. Oh, high levels. And it provides different ways of communication and various ways of study, and various ways of studying, at a high level. No, it doesn't make sense. I'll just keep this for now, okay? It provides different, because a high. Let me look for a synonym for high level. I can't think now. Bear with me. I just don't think various ways of study is it just doesn't make sense, actually. It provides different ways of communication, and numerous ways to learn. I'll just improve this, because I know what the person wanted to say, but I think it doesn't match the context. It makes the thing is, the internet provides different ways of communication and different formats of for students to learn. So numerous ways to learn. Okay. However, the internet is also easily manipulated by algorithms, and this can influence both our lives and society in general, such as in other and more broad issues, such as elections. Yeah, because the thing is, it doesn't feel natural, this paragraph. That's the problem here. We need to organize our thoughts. So nowadays, the internet is incredibly relevant in our lives. It provides different ways. Why it's in our lives. Yeah. It provides different ways of communication and numerous ways to learn. However, the internet is also easily manipulated by algorithms, and this can influence both our lives and more broad issues such as elections, such as, yeah. So, I mean, it might not be perfect the way I put here, but at least it's very organized. It's very clear. Look, there is the good thing about the internet and the bad thing about the internet. Okay. I strongly agree with this statement, and I can, what statement? You refer to the topic. Yeah, okay, the statement above. And I can add that the reason behind most of the algorithm's jobs is to run the elections according to political interests. I'm not mentioning that because I'm a conspiracy believer. I'm saying because most of the topics running daily are generated and paid according to bigger agendas. Okay, I like the use of agendas. So I strongly agree with the statement above. I can also add that the reason behind it just doesn't feel natural. There's like that the reason behind most elections, because it's not like, I know what you mean, but in English it doesn't sound natural to say this. So I can also add that the reason behind the elections, behind the algorithm, behind the use of algorithms is to run the elections according to political interests. I'm not mentioning that because I'm a conspiracy believer, full stop. I'm saying that because most of the topics running daily, running in the news daily are generated, and in the news and social media daily are generated and paid according to bigger agendas. I love this because agendas, remember, if you are an intermediate level student, you might not know, but agenda is not agenda. Okay, agenda is intention. Agenda can refer to meetings. So for example, when you go to a meeting, you have an agenda, but then agenda in this context means the topics that you're going to discuss. Okay, you have a list of topics that you have to address, you have to talk about with the rest of your team, but agenda can also be intention. So for example, I can say, I don't know what her agenda is. If you say that, it means like, I don't know what her intention is. I don't know what her intention is. And this is what agenda means. So I'll reread this paragraph. I strongly agree with this statement above, and I can also add that the reason behind most of the use of algorithms is to run the elections according to political interests. I'm not mentioning that because I'm a conspiracy believer. I'm saying that because most of the topics running the news and social media daily are generated and paid according to bigger agendas. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I would just, I like, what I like about this essay is that it's how a person would be speaking to a person in real life. It's not much of an essay. It's more like how the person structures their thought, their train of thought in a real conversation. So I kind of actually like it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but when we're talking, it's not going to be perfect. You see. It starts with people liking some topics and teaching the system which subject will be more accepted. Then the algorithm begins to show messages related to the subject bubble previously accepted. This might cause the small villages due to the wave of topics and subjects offered by the system showing only what the person wants to see. I think I understand what the person is trying to say here. It starts with people liking some topics and teaching the system which subject what topics. So it starts with people liking some topics and teaching the system which of okay, because I don't want to repeat. Okay, which of them, because this refers to topics. Which of them would be more accepted? Which of them? Well, let me write this without the marker. Which ones is better? Sorry about that. So it starts with people liking some topics and teaching the system which ones are more popular. Okay, now is much better. Then So a new sentence, a new train of thought, a new structure, full stop, pause, then you keep going. Then the algorithm begins to show messages related to the subject. Then the algorithm, oh gosh, Then the algorithm begins to show messages related to the subject. To the bubble that look, then the algorithm begins to show messages related to the subject, related to that topic, to the bubble that it has drawn attention from. Because I don't really understand what the person tried to say here, but that's what I understand reading this. So, people start liking the posts. Then the algorithm begins to understand that this message appeals, draws the attention from certain people, and these people. And then this message starts being propagated within this bubble, within this cohort. That's what I understand the student is trying to say here. But correct me if I'm wrong. Send me an email. Okay. Now, this might cause the small villages due to the wave of topics and subjects that I don't understand what you mean by that. Showing only that I think I understand what you mean. Like you say that this will cause the small villages this will cause like a small village effect where people will be fed this information because that's what they want to see. So they will they will keep being fed this information. That's what I understand. But you need to tell me, okay? Now, the model can catch people through laziness, where they are browsing the screen to relax or not question the information. Comma. Back to tracking changes. It will be the moment that the algorithm will show information that the user maybe doesn't agree, but the repetition might cause acceptance. An example is the fashion trend. No. I will split these two paragraphs. So the model, the system, I'll just add the system, can catch people through laziness when they are browsing the screen, when the system can grab people's attention through the laziness. I'll just keep that. When they are scrolling to relax and are not ready to question any information. It will be the moment that the algorithm will show. It's in this moment that the algorithm will show information that the user might not agree with, but the repetition, its repetition might end up. I know what you mean here. So it's at this moment. Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry. It's at this moment that the algorithm will show information that the user might not agree with. So might not agree with is a better way. Because remember, maybe is good, but people in conversation, they use a lot of might. So remember, maybe is something that we have in Portuguese. Might, we don't have it, but might is more used in conversation. So, so it will show information that the user might not agree with, but its repetition might, but the repetition of such information might end up being so when you entertain an idea, what I mean by that and this is a bit of advanced, but I entertain the idea of moving to Spain. Will I move to Spain? I don't know. But sometimes I entertain the idea of leaving England and moving to Spain. So the repetition of this information that we see online might end up being accepted or entertained by the user. Okay, I understand that. Now, an example in this fashion trend, an example is the fashion trends or Botox injection. Period. As much as the number of people adhering to the idea, the more it seems a good idea, or even can seem beautiful to the general society. Wait. An example is the fashion trends or Botox injection. The more people adhere to the idea, the more it seems like a good one, or even can seem beautiful to, and it can. People might even see it as maybe I'm look, sorry guys, my silence is just because I'm thinking. Let me just tell you something. As much as doesn't have the same meaning as she tried to convey here. As much as is used like this, for example. As much as I like chocolate, I can't eat it every day because every day. Otherwise, I will gain weight. As much as I like chocolate, I can't eat it every day. As much as I would like to live in Spain, I can't live my life here in England. As much as I miss Brazilian food, I don't want to move back to Brazil. So as much as is not using this context that she used here. I think what she wanted to say is the more people adhere to the idea, the more it seems like a good one, like a good idea. People might even see it as aesthetically pleasing. So the more you see people getting a Botox, you might think, oh, it's so beautiful. That's what she's saying, is the herd effect. O efeito manada, the herd effect. Okay? Now, lately, we have seen a lot of changes in society's behavior and the increase of coach speeches that offer a solution to any problem with a good mindset and mind spa. Let me correct this. So lately we have seen a lot of changes in society's behavior. The increase, I would just leave the increase. An increase is fine, or the increase of coach speeches. You see an increase of blah, 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 that offer a solution to any problem with the good mindset and mind's power. No problem if you say a good mindset or the good mindset, okay? It's no problem at all here. So I'll just leave it that. Grammarly sometimes suggests something, but you always have to think carefully. In this case, it's fine. So everyone who doesn't exercise a good mindset is responsible for their failure because they don't believe enough. It omits the current political system that everyone, works more to produce more, spend more, and live in debt and poverty. Nice point. Debt, don't pronounce the B. So it omits the current, it disguises. No, but it's not that. That's not the proper word. Let me think. I think conceals, hides. Yeah. It overlooks. Okay, these two words are synonyms: conceal and hide. And overlook is when you turn a blind eye. No, I don't see poverty. No, I don't see racism. No, it overlooks. Suffering, comma, no. I don't understand why you started a sentence with suffering. No. People can be easily manipulated to believe in everything they are exposed to. Then they buy the same clothes, travel to the same destinations, and talk about the same topics, such as a small village. Now I understand the argument that you're making. You're saying, look, You agree with this statement because there is a village effect. Okay, so look, the argument being made here, she went back to it, is I agree with such statement. So that's the statement that she's agreeing. I agree with such statement because there is a village effect taking place with the use of the internet. More specifically, algorithms. Yeah, so she's saying like, look, that's how they influence people in their small bubbles, and everything becomes like a small village. Now I understand now I understand the argument that you're making here. I agree with it. Yeah, look, the thing is, the more you read and write, the better it will become. The idea is absolutely great. You just have to keep working on them and remember to split your train of thought, like to split the sentences. You give a statement, full stop. In English, the sentences are not that long, okay? I think, yes, look, here, laziness, so we don't need to put the laziness because it's not like an institution, you know, it's just overall laziness. There is no comma here. So I'm just reviewing some of the stuff. Fashion trends. I think this one is fine. So I would just remove this paragraph. Sorry about that. Okay, this one was tricky. Let me know your comments down below if you have any other suggestions, if you have any questions. As I said, this you can say or the, no problem at all. If you have any problems with vocabulary that you don't understand, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Bye.